We go scam. Art got an injury. We go scam. He's having surgery. Let's go.
Mad
Okay.
stuff.
Mad. I mean, it is mad. So just had to make a chart on that. Troubles for Liverpool in terms of their midfield as we head towards one of the important ties of the season. Arsenal, the league leaders. I mean, not right now because City just won their recent match and they got 2 point up, but Arsenal have a game in hand. So technically,
Yep.
they were the leaders, but if they lose to Liverpool, they might not be. And I mean, not saying they would lose to Liverpool because if looking at the recent events, recent things, doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
Well, they are in a good form. Although it's gonna be that classic game, despite Liverpool not being great, let's say on quotes. It's gonna be a classic. I see this game going in a fruitful way. Um, maybe we'll see a boring game, like a nil-nil game, due to Liverpool's injuries that are very very not that much important, but they are impactful, very impactful. And Arthur, however you want to say his name, like,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter
Um, it
because
doesn't
he's
matter because
anyways injured, so it doesn't matter.
yes, he's injured and he's getting his operation. So
Yes,
um, Liverpool's midfield is some sort of not some sort of
hmm.
it's it's not completed. It's quite quite limited. There's no not much options in that midfield
But
because Ox is injured, Naby Keita is injured for quite a long time. Um,
there is a
Arthur is
brighter
injured.
side, I would tell you, and
Well,
that is Curtis Jones was spotted in the training,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
one
I
absentee
was going.
about whom
Yep.
people were
Mhm.
having speculations. Is he injured? Is he got an injury again? Thiago.
I mean,
He was
yeah.
in the latest update which I checked. They said he was there
Mhm.
training with the team, so that's a good up.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Thiago is very good. We've seen him quite. We've seen him perform quite a lot, and Curtis Jones is also questionable for the game due to the reasons you mentioned earlier.
Not
There's no
questionable, but
many.
because he hasn't had a game time, so he might not be
Hmm.
starting. That could be possible.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, Curtis Jones is impactful, but he lacks some sort of experience, and he's very good, and he's talented, no doubt, but he needs game time. We've seen it that he cannot do better under pressure, and due to the limit due to the limit mid of Liverpool's midfield, he might be starting, but maybe he will play like 70 minutes, some
Mhm.
sort of. I don't know. Um, Also relying on Milner as a sub.
I wouldn't want to see him play, to be very honest. Despite all the experience, I won't be pleased to watch him play.
I mean, it's up to you if you wanna hate him or not. But
No hate, no hate. All respect for him, but you know the age factor thing that kicks in, and he has to just throw his body off on the players to get to the ball.
yeah,
That has happened quite a lot of
yeah.
time. So probably for that's the biggest reason I don't want to see him there.
Well, maybe he will start. Maybe he will be on the bench for the entire game,
Hmm.
but it's up to the coach to decide. But
Hmm.
I see Jones coming off the bench. I don't know. Maybe because of the module that Klopp plays with the 4-2-3-1,
which he
with
recently
Diaz and
adopted. Yeah.
yeah, which is the. I mean, Klopp used to play 4-3-3. Now he switched to 4-2-3-1 with Mane leaving. I don't know what Klopp wants to do because if you
Mm.
look the game with Rangers, he tried a 4-4-1-1 with Mane
Not Mane.
with Salah, not
Jota was
Mane
starting.
nearly, Mane started against Dortmund today, or was
Yeah,
he on the bench?
he did. I saw that match. And
Ah,
yes,
yeah,
back to the topic. Yeah.
yeah, and he started with Salah on the left, Salah on the right, Diaz on the left, Diogo Jota playing as a sort of false nine,
Mm. Cam
but
or second striker, we can maybe call
uh,
that. Center
uh,
forward.
center forward, yes. And of course, Darwin Nunez is up top. He has a lot to prove. I don't know what game plan is Klopp going to use against Arteta, because
Mm.
if you take 4-2-3-1, he's going to start Thiago Henderson on the double pivot, which Henderson is not that good in a double pivot.
Slump in form. So maybe do you see Fabinho starting instead of Henderson? Fabinho and
Hmm,
Thiago.
yeah, that could work, but it would be too defensive.
But could be good
Uh,
for the
I
midfield.
think I think it's the best option that Klopp can use
Mm.
against Arsenal with a double pivot of Fabinho and Thiago. Maybe they can coordinate with each other.
But
Um,
Fabinho needs to uh, be responsible for looking at the way the opponent is attacking, because most of the ones attack from our right side, from that right
yeah,
patch,
see,
right midfield area.
yeah. I mean, it's due to Salah's acceleration and agility, because he can come from the sides and create a space and then score a goal. But um, I really want to see Thiago and Henderson, because
Same.
hear me out on this.
Yeah, sure.
Hear me out on this. Um, Fabinho is a defensive-minded midfielder, and in a double pivot, you have to balance everything. So you could either play a 4-2-3-1 with Thiago and Henderson, and when you attack, it goes 4-1-4-1, rather than playing two defensive-minded midfielders like Thiago and Fabinho. Although Fabinho is known for his long balls, is known for very good defensive skills.
Mm.
I would actually prefer Thiago and Henderson, because despite Henderson going forward, Liverpool would get much more space going forward, and they can break the counterattacks with Thiago instead. Um, I would prefer a Thiago Henderson double pivot.
Mm.
I mean, I guess that's my take.
Yeah,
Um,
we were just discussing the possibility. Also, we should not forget that Fabinho hasn't been on his form, which we have seen him in the past. This season, he has been on the
yeah,
lower side.
yeah. I mean, essentially, Fabinho will have to get his confidence to return back to his old ways.
Yeah.
But also the game plan makes the difference, because playing in a 4-2-3-1 in a double pivot style, you have to like have a destroyer of counterattacks,
Mm.
possible counterattacks, and Arsenal an exception of are an exception of counterattacking teams. They will benefit from it
Yeah.
with Saka going on the right or on the left. Martinelli has been exceptional.
He has been
So I
good form.
guess,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you would take a double pivot with someone who attacks and someone who defends. Thiago will probably do the defensive work.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, we'll probably see what we have seen against Rangers, but with
Okay,
some
what
sort
would
of
you pick
change.
as midfield trio? Let's assume we're playing 4-2-3-1. What would be your
Uh,
three players in the
on
midfield?
on a double pivot, Thiago Henderson.
Okay,
On midfield trio, Thiago Thiago Henderson and Fabinho.
Thiago Anderson, Fabinho.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
if what
so you're not taking a cam then? Or are you playing Thiago as a cam in that formation? In those
no,
three trials?
Thiago would go forward alongside Henderson so they can create the possibility of an attack.
Hmm.
So basically finding some space to Salah or Luis Diaz.
Okay, if I would go with 4-3-1, I would pick Thiago Henderson, and third choice would be either Bobby or Jota for the cam position. I would take those three. And
Mm,
also, I would like
yeah.
to ask you, can we talk about Arsenal's midfield side by side? Like, if you are talking about Liverpool's, let's talk about Arsenal as well. What are you expecting
I
them to
mean,
be starting?
Arsenal will probably start Partey and Xhaka
Hmm.
because nowadays Xhaka has gained his confidence and he's going more forward than we have seen him before. Also scoring goals,
And they are
which
also
is
playing
very
4-2-3-1 mostly, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay.
They
Hmm.
do with Xhaka, Partey, then Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right,
Odegaard as
and
cam.
and yeah, Martin Odegaard as a cam, and of course up top, you know
Hmm.
who it is.
Jesus.
Of course, I mean whenever he has scored, the team he has been in has never lost a Premier League game.
Alright, so we pretty
Such an
much
interesting stat.
know, yeah, I agree on that. So pretty much we know about Arsenal's front three. What about Liverpool's? Do you see some change happening? Like Salah would be definitely starting because I mean Klopp wants to take him out. He would be definitely starter alongside which two other players?
Luis Diaz,
Yeah, would be
yeah,
my choice
I
too.
see Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz,
And what about the
and of
central
course,
one? Do you see Jota starting if Bobby starts as cam?
uh, if Firmino starts as a
Cam
as a cam,
in 4-2-3-1. Yeah.
uh, then of course it has to be Diogo Jota. But
Hmm.
there could be some slight change. Uh, although Nunez has cost quite quite much, I see him I see him doing an impact in this game. I mean, it's his time.
Yeah.
He has to prove the critics wrong. He has to he has to prove the coach a lot. Because we haven't seen Nunez score in quite a long time. When was the
Hmm.
last time Nunez scored?
But the plus side about him is that he gets into right positions, right? So looking at
Um,
his positioning, looks like maybe it's just a matter of time he would get into the scoring boots.
mm, I mean, he
I
has
mean, I
time
feel
to
like
adapt.
that. Yeah.
I mean, he needs to adapt. It's
Hmm. True.
since he was sent off against Palace,
Hmm.
I think his form went down. So I guess he
Yeah.
has to adapt and gain his confidence, just like Fabinho.
Yeah.
But I really want to see him starting. I really want to see a different Nunez. I want to see that Nunez that impressed Klopp during
Hmm.
the Benfica game. I
Benfica
really
game.
want to see that Nunez.
Right. And I guess we might do like a little play a mind game because Bobby Firmino's record and Jota's record against Arsenal has been exceptionally good. Ask Arsenal
Mm,
fans and they can tell stories about it.
I mean, if Jota and Firmino start, they can exchange with each other. So
Hmm.
basically, Jota will go back, and then Firmino will go up top, or Jota going on the left, Firmino as a cam, and then Nunez. It's. It's some sort of messy,
So, mm,
but when you start those two, then they will interact with each other and exchange their positions with each other. So
mm.
it somewhat makes sense.
So what
But
I'm
I don't
thinking,
think,
maybe
yeah.
Nunes will be starting, and
Hmm.
Bobby would be there as Cam, and the mind game there would be like introduction of Jota in the next half. That could be much
Oh
better
yeah.
option, I guess.
I mean, yeah. You would be Liverpool would be much more forward. Would be much more forward if they plan to sub Jota right in the second half.
Okay.
So yeah, he can also play on the left side, which is a bonus for the
Mm-hmm.
player himself.
Right. So
So
I guess we have pretty much talked about the front three. I mean, Arsenal's front three are also, they're gonna do some damaging work for sure.
of course,
Jesus, Martinelli, Saka. I mean, both the wingers have been in great form. Uh, what do you think about those wingers? I mean, Arsenal's attack. What do you
I
make of
mean
them?
Arsenal attack. I mean they can do damage
Hmm.
because Robertson is questionable to play as well due to some knee problems, I guess.
Yeah, Simicast will
Um,
be starting. That's for sure.
uh, yeah. Uh, we've seen trends lacking defense wise. He's not that good as a defender, but it could be his time to prove that he can defend because he has Martinelli as his opponent today. Um, I guess they can do damage. I guess I mean both of Arsenal's wingers are pacey and also Jesus. Jesus himself, Jesus.
Hmm.
Jesus is known for his well positioning
Yeah,
in the box.
and I mean, as soon as he
He's
went to Arsenal, he
he's
has
an
been in
all
good,
rounder.
good form. Yeah.
Yeah, he is an all rounder. So I guess he will probably do some damage on that defense.
So you continue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go on.
So you think Arsenal going to score first, or is going to be Liverpool?
Mm, I see. I see Liverpool scoring first. I don't
Okay.
know why. It's just like an image I'm creating on my head. That Liverpool will score first.
Like they're desperate and
Maybe,
hungry to find the form. Maybe that's why.
maybe. Yeah.
Okay,
I
I
mean,
see.
they are quite unpredictable, to be fair. Right now, with
I mean, even I don't
they
have
won
confidence in
against.
my team right now.
Yeah,
I mean, I do
I mean
have in
they're
players,
quite.
but with the way they are playing as a unit, doesn't give me that confidence.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying that
Mm.
they're quite unpredictable. And judging by the form,
Mm.
drawing against Brighton, winning against Rangers,
That
which
will
I said in the
throw with it. Yeah,
previous video that that they need to win against Rangers so they can regain their confidence and such.
I remember.
Uh, either way, either way, I see a solid Liverpool, but the lacking the
Still
defenders.
beliefs, confidence. Yeah,
Confidence, they do need it, but either way.
I mean, attackers will do the job, but it's on midfield and defenders to work their
Yeah,
way out, but in a better way.
yeah.
Okay,
So basically, we're just gonna strap in and watch a beautiful game ahead of us.
true. Also, there's interesting thing which I've just noticed. Arsenal have scored 20 goals, Liverpool have scored 18 goals, and Arsenal conceded 8 goals, Liverpool have just conceded 9 goals. I mean, on paper, it would look like they are not at 10th spot right now. But truth is, they are at 10th spot, and Arsenal at second. While Liverpool have just played 7 matches. So they have still one game in hand.
Of course, of course, of course. Yeah, just like Arsenal with
Man
Basically,
City.
they're facing each other.
Yeah.
So I guess Liverpool's calendar is harder than Arsenal's.
I
You
mean,
play
the
City
coming
next,
week
no?
is a little harder. Yep. We play Rangers
It's City
away
next,
and
no?
then City after that.
Oh, okay. So it's quite hard. But if you win against Arsenal, if Liverpool wins against Arsenal, then they will move on for a couple more weeks until they face Manchester City.
Yeah, within a week we'll be facing them. That's
Yeah,
how it's. Yeah.
yeah, a couple of days, should I say. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
um, my prediction for the game would
Mm-hmm.
be 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. I don't want to
Mm.
see a draw. I would have taken a draw, but I'm so sick and tired of my team playing draws and draws, 4 draws already. And even in the.
I mean, it has been Brighton,
Yeah. But
which well,
I don't know, tough to say. But we have had a great record against Arsenal, so I won't be surprised if we
yeah.
win 3-2. I would be happy with 3-2 and get the 3 points in the back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that would
That would
keep
make
Man
much
City on
more
top,
sense.
which I won't want, but we need points, we need the wins, we don't need the draws. That's the end of things.
Yeah, you should have. Liverpool should have took the opportunities and finished the game
At
off.
least against Brighton, we should have gotten those 3 points. What the mess we did.
Mm,
That's
yeah.
madness. Okay, one thing I forgot to ask: which defense you see overpowering the other in this tie? We talked about midfield. We talked about the strikers.
The defense. Liverpool won. Tsimikas, of course. Arnold on the flanks.
Van Dijk
Tsimikas and
and
Arnold on
Matip
the
at the
flanks.
center.
Van Dijk and yeah, I would prefer Matip because Matip is much more aggressive than Gomez.
Hmm. Same.
He's basically a crackhead.
I know. And
Yeah.
about Arsenal's defense, Gabriel alongside.
I mean, Gabriel, then Ben White, and
Ben White usually
uh,
playing as a right back though.
who?
Ben White is playing as right back for Arsenal recently.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. They would prefer they would start Tomiyasu, but he's not fit at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
I guess he's not match fit
So
to be precise.
Saliba plays as second centre back and Tierney on the
Yeah,
left back position. That should sort them out.
yeah, yeah. Basically, that's their lineup
So who's having
summed up.
upper hand? That's what we want to say our calls on.
But yeah, I mean, to be fair, Saliba has been proven that has been proven uh, has not has been proven has proven that Arsenal should have took him way earlier than
One
they
season
did.
before,
Yeah, a season prior or 2 seasons prior.
can say that.
Uh, anyway, Gabriel has been exceptionally well this season.
True.
Uh, Ben White is not a regular fullback, but
Doing
he
a decent
doesn't.
job.
Yeah. Let's say that he's consistent.
Yeah.
Although I do not like him as a player because he's very timid. Um, he's doing a decent job as a right back.
Mm.
Although they do miss Tomiyasu as a right back, or they release Cedric, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so they do miss Tomiyasu on the right.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
he can
I
play
mean,
as
he
a
can
center back as
centre
well.
back too. True. 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 So
Yep.
I would say the Arsenal's defense could be getting point ahead of our defense. That's my take.
Yep.
Same for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh, So I guess that pretty much sums up the review of the preview of the match, not review. And I'm backing my team. He thinks Arsenal can win. So let's see what happens. You guys will see. And make sure to tune into the live watch along, which will be done on the channel. And I would end the video on that note. See you guys.